Just a quick disclaimer, the photos you're going to see, only a few of them are by our Bastian and Associates, which is our design team out of Los Angeles. They don't represent anything we're going to do here. They're designed to show you examples of sound stages and their creative and technical abilities. It's just a little disclaimer. They are photos of existing studios and buildings they've built. Bastian and Associates is a company that's developed major studios from Raleigh Studios in Los Angeles, Manhattan Beach Studios, which is where David Kelly shoots all of his TV shows, Dubai, Spain, New Mexico. They are the soundstage people, and they're the best at what they do. This is just a photo of one of their lobbies. Throw something out here real quickly. It's our intent in everything we develop to, architecturally, design-wise, to continue the aesthetic and architectural value that's indigenous to the region. Okay, we don't want any eyesores. So you start to raise your hand, right? Yeah, we don't want any eyesores. My New York accent's going to come out now and then. Sorry. No eyesores. We want to build something that looks like it's always been here and deserves to be here and fit in with the community. Just a photo of an interior soundstage. A soundstage is essentially a big warehouse. The grid you see up on top is where all the lighting and electrical work goes to light sets and allow for a controlled environment of shooting a film or a TV show. Props or property, guns, weapons, teacups, chairs, fake glasses that you hit somebody over the head with, all that kind of fun stuff. Sound recording, editing. We intend to have, within our production support buildings, sound recording studios and editing facilities so that we can do most of our post-production work right here in Camden, right at our studios. And that also can be rented out to other independent producers, documentary film producers, students, things like that. Actors and atmosphere. Anybody in here want to be in the movies? If it's something you want to do, guess what? We're going to need actors who are background and atmosphere and some speaking parts as well. Something fun for some of you folks. Catering. Okay. Actors, I just told you, we all sit around a lot and we wait in the green rooms, and what do? Drink coffee and eat. Which is really kind of crazy when you think about actors worrying about how big they are or what they look like, yet they always got tons of food sitting there. Which also leads right into craft services. Also, there'll be studio operational jobs. Our corporate team, our production, our corporate office, engineering for the studios, maintenance, landscaping. And in our preliminary designs of what we'd like to build on the site with the 2 sound stages with the attached production offices is a mill that would accommodate all the necessary wood and elements that we need to construct sets, design and construct sets. And as part of that, adjacent or connected to that building, we intend to have a restaurant cafe with outdoor seating right along the river walk that's going to be developed there and open to public access. Did I get everything I know? Yeah. Okay. Local business benefits, bringing our type of business into this region is going to create, hopefully, substantial growth for the other business owners here in town, in the region. Restaurants, of course, hotels, gift shops, seasonal. I'm definitely signing up for a Windjammer cruise because I think in a past life I was a clipper ship captain. I'm just enamored by these boats. A couple of quick slides on who we are. Be Determined Entertainment. We're the owner and resident of Camden Studios. We intend to be our own best tenant. Okay? By occupying and using one of the sound stages primarily with our company and the 12 to 16 films we intend to shoot over the next 5 years. We have another stage that will be available to other film production companies, studios, and the other avenues I mentioned before. We are a team that comes to the table, in essence, as a startup company, but as a startup company that has over 150 feature films worth of experience, the team we put together. Our executive production manager is a guy by the name of Peter Bogart, no relation to Humphrey, somebody always asks that, he's in that industry. Peter was an executive producer for Steven Spielberg on Con Air. He worked on Ace Ventura. asset producer on that. Worked on almost every film that was ever done from The French Connection up till he joined our team. We have a relationship with Kerner Studios. Kerner Studios is the special effects house that has been behind.
I'd like to thank you very much for bringing this idea forward, and considering moving here is very exciting. And we also, I've sort of had the tannery site on my mind, and I've been active in the various committees and seen this redevelopment plans, and we're very excited that you also are interested in incorporating using the Riverwalk, and we're very happy about that. I'm sure many people are as happy as I am about it. My question is, I'm wondering how well this site accommodates your needs should you need to expand in your future success, and what your thoughts are in terms of, given its specific size, how that size fits your needs now and in the future, and should it become too small, what your thoughts are with regard to future expansion.
Okay. Any business hopes that they're successful enough to have future expansion, and we've taken that into consideration. The property, the tannery property, is a perfect starting place for us to develop our small two soundstage office production facility to get the ball rolling. And we have discussed with the town consultants and some of the select board members. I think I've been talking to so many people the last 2 days, I'm starting to get confused. But we have looked at the properties that may be available. I think further down the road, and we would look to not create a traffic and a congestion issue even with buildings in your neighborhood. We would look to expand in other locations. And the best example I can give on how that works in Los Angeles, if anybody's been to Warner Brothers Studios, they have their main studio on a back lot, and then about 5 blocks away or half a mile away, they have what's called Warner Brothers Ranch, which is a couple more studios and a couple more office and production facilities.
Sorry, I forgot to ask this question. For people who are interested in what you're doing and want to perhaps make suggestions or communicate, is it best through our development director, or what would be your recommended way of communication to people?
Okay. I think probably the best way to do that would be through the development director. They might be able to have some answers for you. Right now I'm in Los Angeles, it'd be a long call and a time difference. But we are absolutely 100% on board with being available to address the concerns and the issues that anybody has.
Thank you. Yes, Jeff?
I'll go slowly so the noise can settle down.
Oh, okay.
Jeff Scott, resident. Thanks. And you're welcome. Come. Very much so. What do you see are the big hurdles for you? You know, I guess probably, I don't know what's going into it. Is it financial? Is it this? The whole process with the town? What do you see as the big hurdles?
Okay. Answering questions from people named Jeff, for one. I think Jeff.
I'm an LA guy.
All right, I know I had a kindred spirit with you.
There's different forms of outside lighting as far as it won't be so bright.
Yeah.
And the river walk, I understand that you want to include the pathway, but at the same time, I assume that this is going to be a gated community. You have to gate it somehow, right?
I'll answer.
Okay. And what else did I want to? That's it.
Okay. design team is determining, most studios have an access gate, so we can determine who comes on and who doesn't. And how that all plays out will be done, again, with the consideration of the neighbors in the community, and to have the least impact in any way, okay? As far as the Riverwalk, I mean, we've already had discussions with the board and other entities about trees on the street staying, which is exactly what we want to do, okay? Our design and our architecture and our footprint is we intend to make as seamless as possible in fitting into that neighborhood, and that includes the Riverwalk. As far as a fence there, and the landscaping, I'm not sure. I think that's something that eventually will be discussed with the city, and we're following the easements and the setbacks that are affiliated with the property and already defined.
And I wanna know, you gonna bring the bats back or left?
The bats?
The bats.
The tannery bats? Is that a minor league baseball? Well, you know, the show business has a lot of good softball teams, so maybe we can start out a show business softball league.
Anyone else? Nita?
Sorry.
That's okay, just talk it out.
I noticed in your schedule that you had a anticipation of beginning in the spring, so does that mean that the approval from the townspeople would be coming as a special election?
Yes.
Do I need to answer that? You just did. Okay.
Any further questions? Anyone? Don't be shy. Anybody? Chris?
It's my page right.
Yeah, right. Just let him put it on.
Turn it back on.
I just had a question about how many people you're bringing from other parts of the country. Are you union, non-union, SAG? Let me see, like for the Coyote
Priority justice.
that you wrote. So do you already have that set up? Who's actually going to be the actors, actresses? Are you initially going to have to bring a lot of people from the West Coast? Where are you from? Wisconsin?
Well, yeah, I'm from Los Angeles.
You're from, but the company itself is from Wisconsin?
We're actually now a Maine LLC. We're registered now as a Maine company.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. And do you have a website of your existing company
Yes. And
to look at previous jobs that you've done?
previous jobs as in film production.
Right.
Yeah, and actually, it's, I guess I should come up with this. Okay.
Share.
Okay. Actually, our websites are kind of hybrids right now. What you have is two production companies that came together and have formed a new company. And we're developing a new website that will incorporate all of those things. As far as job production or employees, in the beginning, there's going to be probably maybe for the first film or two as we develop a well-trained workforce here and get people the experience. It might
that has been worked on for a period of time and somewhat intensely in the last couple of days. And what I'm about to review is a draft purchase and sale agreement that was worked out through discussions with Bill and Larry and also Mr. Chairman, who's not here. And I guess the best thing is to just sort of go through this. But in terms of process, so people get this in their head in terms of what will be the next steps. If the select board authorizes, then this contract will be executed tonight, tomorrow. And there is a contingency here which requires that it be approved at a special town meeting. So the first step is for the select board to be satisfied with it and pass it on to the voters. As far as the document itself goes,